Welcome back to my channel. Today we are outside and enjoying fresh air. If you have not subscribed, you can do that by tapping the red button and tap the bell so that you can be notified all the time I post a new video. Our lesson today is all about oralism. Oralism is a method of training or educating learners who have hearing impairment through speech and speech reading. There are three approaches of oralism. The first one is oral approach. The second one is oral approach. And the third one is auditory verbal approach. Let us now discuss the three. The first one is oral approach. Oral approach is the use of spoken language and lip reading or speech reading in order to communicate with learners who have hearing impairment. Emphasis here are laid on the acquisition and use of spoken language and lip reading skills. The second approach is oral approach. In this approach, the use of spoken language, lip reading, and amplification is used in order to communicate with learners who have hearing impairments. Emphasis here is laid on the maximum utilization of residual hearing using amplification. An example of an amplification is a hearing aid. The third approach is auditory verbal approach. This is an approach that is designed to train a learner to use hearing through a hearing aid or a cochlear implant for the purpose of producing and understanding speech. From the title, it is auditory and verbal. So, the person is supposed to hear the audio and understand it and then produce speech. These three approaches of oralism are very important because they help the learners who have hearing impairment to lip read, to understand speech, and also to produce speech. With these three, it is so helpful for a person who is hearing to be in an inclusive classroom. Another thing that we are going to talk about is bilingualism. This is the use of two languages for the purpose of education. Bilingual education has two basic models. The first one is maintenance model and the second one is transition model. Let's talk about maintenance model. Maintenance model refers to association of programs that promote the use of two languages at the same time. The mother tongue, in this case, Kenyan Sign Language, occupies a more important position in the curriculum more than the official language of instruction. This is because the mother tongue is a weaker language and has low prestige outside school and should be supported. The second model is the transition model. This is a program of bilingual education that incorporates the use of the mother tongue or the language of the catchment area. For example, the use of mother tongue and Kenyan Sign Language in lower classes with the view of bridging the gap between home and school. Mother tongue is later dropped and another language is introduced. In this case, English is introduced. Therefore, there is a transition from home to school. What is bilingualism in the education of the hearing impaired? This is an approach whereby two languages are used alternatively for communication across the curriculum. It is also referred to as sign bilingualism. Emphasis is laid on understanding content through the use of Kenyan Sign Language, and then it is written down in English. For example, in a science class, when a teacher is explaining content, the teacher uses Kenyan Sign Language, and then when the learners are writing down the content, they have to use English. This is because in a science examination, English is used. There is no use of Kenyan Sign Language in the exam, and therefore, maintenance model is used. Thank you so much for being part of this family, and if you have not subscribed yet, it is never too late. Tap on the round button on your screen and watch more videos on your screen too. Thank you. See you in the next video.